All right, so this is Andy Hampsten, the only American to win the Giro d'Italia, and this is 1988, the notorious climb up the Gavia. And he was on Team 711. 711 was actually based in, it was managed by people from the Midwest in the United States, and the team was run out of Boulder, Colorado, which is, both of those locations are very, very cold in the winter. So they know a thing or two about snow, and apparently the other Europeans racing that day didn't know as much about snow. So when the weather forecast said that there would be snow on the Gavia, team management went out to all the local ski shops and bought up all the warm gloves and jackets and so forth that they could manage to find. And from the beginning they set a plan for Andy to go force an attack early on the climb. And it was a descent into the finish. A few riders went off, and then Andy attacked himself, and as you can see, the snow was coming down really hard. And he himself became quite alarmed actually going uphill, because anybody who's ridden a bike knows that going uphill you get quite warm even when it's rather cold out. But he noticed that the snow on his head was still freezing and wasn't thawing out, so he wasn't warming up. He wasn't really generating any heat at all. And he became a little bit concerned about what would happen on the way down. Anyway, they descended down into town. He caught up to a Dutch rider, Erik Breukink, who had no warm weather gear whatsoever, and I presume was quite chilly. And he was absolutely freezing cold. There were some riders that went down, started the descent, and were using bodily fluids to warm themselves up, and were trying to hide away behind parked cars and so forth just to warm up for a minute. Some of them took more than 45 minutes to come down the mountain. But Andy and Erik finished quite a bit ahead of everybody else, and Andy put himself in the position to win the Tour of Italy for the first and only time for an American.